Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Fake, SummerSlam 2021. You never saw it coming. That's the description. That's the title that they're naming it. And who better to fill that role than the man himself, the man that you can't see, John Cena. That's the rumor. That's going to be the thing where the Universal Champion, the big dog Roman Reigns, they need a big name feel. And who else better to call? Who else better to pull out that shove for the biggest party of the summer? Now, if you go back about a few years, they actually had a pretty good rivalry. Hands down, one of the best promo cuts by John Cena and Roman Reigns. I mean, the guy got tore up. He got wrecked. He was talking about creating a face, and the people, they just don't want to agree with it. John Cena, though, on the other hand, he always had that half and half roster. You had half the crowd cheering, half the crowd booing. Roman, we can talk about that later on, but yes, they need John Cena in this. And with all those cuts, they need to fulfill that big pockets of this man. I mean, if he's doing Hollywood, the only way to lure him back into the squared circle is to put a big paycheck right in front of him. It's not going to be so much to bring in someone new and carry the company, no, because it's already been said this is where they're going. The heel turn, it's been working for him. Probably the best run in his career apart from the Shield, but it's going to be more to build up on it, because the last time that they had this fight, it was to truly reflect the company as to who was going to be running the show. This man, he's only going to be doing part-time. You already said it. He's pretty much in the retirement state. So the fact that they're even considering this, bringing in here, that's why they're saying that you never saw it coming. But we're going to go through the entire card right now. So again, turn on that notification bell, because John Cena, he's going to lead you the right path, man. He's going to tell Big Dog, come join the WHF fam. Hit the subscribe button. Drop a like if you guys would like to continue with this. All tag team titles, I still see AJ Styles and almost carrying it all the way up until then. And the best part of the show, at least for Raw, man, I'm usually falling asleep. Straight up. You tune me into Smackdown, I'm going to stay up. The entire 2 hours, I'll enjoy pleasantly. And really the only pee break will be during the commercial breaks. Now, as far as this right here, this is my highlight, man. Randy Orton and the bro. RKO, bro. I'm telling you, this is like ideal. This suit couldn't have been more suiting for Randy Orton. Like, it was early prediction of maybe these two be coming, right? Because that little matchy-matchies really digging this. But whether or not they break them, they usually mess up or end up breaking up a team right before it starts peaking. And I can see it escalating right here as to where they're going. And if they do go in here against Omos and AJ, man, this would truly defend. This would put the Raw tag team titles on notice to really alert really any competitor within the roster. Would genuinely love to see Randy Orton coming out here victoriously. I see title would love to see an 8-man ladder match, and that's usually how it plays out. Every SummerSlam, we get a high-flying action to where it's determined as to who snatches the belt off the top. And for SmackDown, I gotta see these are my top candidates. Nakamura, they've been building on him. Otis, I know there's rumors about him being released, so I really hope they put something together before that, because I would still like to see him continue within the company. I'm sure there'll be hiccups along the way, but you know Baron Corbin's gonna be there to stop it. I mean, the guy's always being either thrown on Monday Night Raw. Anytime they run out of heels, they move this guy around, so you know he'd definitely be inserted. Apollo Crews, the defending champ right there. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Big E. And you know this guy would go through the middle of the ropes, dive through the ladders. It don't matter. It wouldn't stop any of these guys from having the night of their life, man. Top guys right here. I know this is for the mid-card title, but I can consider a lot of these guys high-ranked, especially this where he's going. Man, I could easily throw him into another match, but for the time being, I got to see these are my top candidates. All right, real talk. Who wants to see this? I think it's time, right? First year, we got Bray versus the Demon. Second year, we got The Fiend versus Finn Balor. Now it's the moment of truth. And I know it's about 3 years too late, because the characters, they've really demolished really what they've done with either of them. I mean, Bray Wyatt, we can all attest his last match, probably not the best one. Balor, the Demon, does it really still exist? Does it still lie within the man? Or is it just more of that angry Finn Balor that we've seen on NXT? I think it's game day. If there's any year, if there's any SummerSlam where this boil needs to come to a head, and needs to happen now. They need to go ahead and book this. They need to get the story going, make the return of The Fiend in a great way. And who would come out? Well, it would be truly down as to who is the Demon of WWE and who will carry the look. Are they going to go ahead and carry and walk away with The Fiend and just bring him back to regular Bray Wyatt? Is Finn Balor done and over with? This match, that's what's got to be determined right there. For the Raw Women's title, it's time for a fatal four-way. They've kind of gotten away from it. It's usually a 6-man, a triple threat, but a fatal 4-way. That was a common match that was used so much during my childhood. And I think these 4 ladies would do great. It's already been rumored that Becky Lynch will be ready to come and make her return at SummerSlam. Charlotte, she's already proven as to what she was doing back then, as to what she will be coming here in the near future. And Rhea Ripley, huge improvement, man. That call-up, one of the best. Alexa, well, this character, I gotta say, this is probably the greatest recreation and rebirth as to where she was going and where she is now. Top 4 ladies, why not? Who would we boil it down to? I know Becky, she seems pretty hungry. Charlotte, we got a whole different subject when it comes down to her, but I think if it's going to be mixed in with these 4, it's going to develop this to Leah falling down, sleeping. Let's go count it. 1, 2. I'm telling you, we ain't talking about the winners, but I do think that these 4 ladies would do real well for the Smackdown or for the Raw Women's Championship title. U.S. title would like to see a triple threat match. Jeff Hardy, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus. And I know Drew is scheduled to go in at Hell in a Cell versus Bobby Lashley, but I really don't see the man walking out with the title. It's going to eventually be trickled down back into the mid-card level. Jeff Hardy, he is talked, or they were talking about him potentially releasing him because there's a big release coming here in the near future. Really don't, man, because if they do, they're going to miss out on quite a bit of opportunities. This definitely being one of them. I mean, him and Sheamus right there alone would be a solid match, but if you throw in some high-flying action, some nostalgia, some classic gold to it all, I'd be all down for it. Plus, you can throw in some extra stipulations. Maybe we can do like a steel cage, because for SummerSlam, they like to level up as far as what they could do with the matches, and that would be a great way to do so. You could almost put these 2 in this scenario. I mean, Edge, we already saw Christian go all elite. Matt Hardy, he already went over there, so for them to go ahead and release Jeff, we don't want to see that, man, because then we would never get that match that we still want to see. It's got to be a return in for these big pay-per-views, whether it's WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, those top pay-per-views, that's the kind of names that they need, so they don't want to release any of that. And Edge, I'm going to go ahead and throw him in here against Rollins. And the reason why I would throw this in here is because we know we're going to see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins himself at some point. But there's got to be a build-up, right? Edge could make a return. He could be like, yo, what are you doing, man? You're trying to step in my shoes. I never finished what I couldn't do back at Mania, so we're going to do it up right now. Do like a #1 contender spot, right? Let's see if Edge still has it. We've already seen it. The guy's endurance, ridiculous, man. Put me in this guy's shoes. I'll run for hours on end, still looking solid as heck. Rollins, dude, one of the best. I mean, if you give this guy a solid hour, if you put him into an Iron Man match, now that's something I would love to see. Truly test their will and ability as far as a wrestler. Edge, he still very much has it, and Rollins, you know he knows how to carry that torch. All right, man, it's time to put a little bit of bread on the butter, and I mean this in the best way. Look, I'm really enjoying Dominic and Rey Mysterio and this whole tag team situation, them holding the titles, for them to actually even have a moment at SummerSlam together as a team, son and dad, bro, that is a dream come true. Usos, on the other hand, if Roman Reigns, which we already know the man's probably going to end up retaining against John Cena, just imagine all that gold surrounding the freaking tribal squad, man. We'd have the tag team titles, we'd have the Universal Champion, just be gold on top of gold. So them go ahead, holding these belts all the way up until then, so they can crown all that. Dude, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. Only question is when is it going down? For this next match, we can easily consider this as a guaranteed thing that's going to happen. We already got people in the crowd. That's what Beast wants. That's like his wish list. Like if this guy had a wish list to make a return back into the squared circle, one of them, big paycheck. Pretty clear and simple. He wants a solid at least 3. We're going to go ahead and say 6 zeros behind the number. And then he needs people. He needs the crowd. He wants the reaction. And who's going to give him that? Bobby Lashley. He's already talked about it. He says, me and you, we didn't do it in the octagon. We're going to do it in a WWE ring. Beastie Boy don't care. Let's bring the F5 back. Again, drop a like if this is an ideal match that's going to happen sometime in 2021. If it don't happen at SummerSlam, it's going to happen towards the end of the year. But Lashley, oh yeah, he'd come in strong, man. He says, I'm brand new, I'm coming up, they're building me up to be just like you. You, on the other hand, you're getting a little too old for my liking. Get out of here. Beastie will always be Beastie. There will never, ever be another Brock Lesnar, but this match, it needs to happen. Give me your thoughts, though. Let me know how you guys feel. Do you think Beastie can come in here one more time, just as good as he was doing back then? Hero Fix, what the hell are you talking about? The guy was trash. He wasn't doing it right. He was botching. Hey, we ain't talking about that, man. That's another video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. So how about that submission, sucker? Oh no, he's tapping!